Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Shari. I know what time it is. Hit that like button, turn your notification on, and subscribe to the channel. Let's jump right into it. So it looks as if DDG was arrested and detained, but later released, okay? And I like to put emphasis on later release because sometimes people just be putting a 2 on a 10, and the boy was released. Now, I always get worried when I hear young men, black men, any kind of men, right? Just being targeted, okay? And I feel like in this situation, even without knowing the full details, although I know the full details now, this could have ended bad for him, okay? This could have been bad. This young man could not even have been here today to tell his story. And people really need to stop playing with people's lives, right? Sometimes the internet stuff just go way too far, right? Sometimes we just take stuff way too far. And for him, you know, he ain't my favorite cup of tea, but right is right and wrong is wrong. So on yesterday, they were doing a paintball tournament, and during that tournament there was some false calls made to the police department that someone had a bunch of, you know, pals, and they were threatening to off the entire tournament. Okay, so the description that these young, or maybe young men, maybe girls, whoever made the call, they actually gave the description of Ed Carr and not DDG's. DDG just happened to be near Ed Carr, not even knowing what was about to happen. So he explains that had he not walked back to Ed Carr to say, hey, I'm thinking about streaming later, maybe this would have been avoided. He says during this time, his brother and all of the other support people had left, right? And all he could think was, oh my God, I don't want to go out like this, okay? He says, I had 5 months of streaming and I don't want to go out like this. Not to mention that he says he was completely fried. He said, I had just smoked, I was fried. He said, and something in the back of my mind was telling me, like, do a backflip. And I thank God that he did, because he definitely wouldn't be here. If you would have did a backflip, your life would have really ended like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 type thing, right? And then he started to talk about how he started to think about all the people that was a target of police brutality, okay, during that moment, because that's how serious it was, okay? And how he found out that the target was not on him, although he was the one that was detained, was because when they put him in the back of the police car, able to look up and, you know, glance at the computer screen that was in front of the police car, and the car was a description of Ed's car, okay, and what Ed was planning to do. And that's how he got wind that the target was not him. But because they pulled up, didn't ask no questions, didn't receive any answers, didn't want to hear nothing from nobody, this is the end result, okay? Now, he was later released, but look at all the mess that happened behind false calls, okay? So this is a mess, and I'm just glad that the young man is okay. Okay, so we're going to look and listen to some of the things that he said during this time that he experienced, and then we'll come back, all right? Let's go.
Oh, everybody didn't even know. I'm over here dolo. I'm low-key looking for, like, but I'm like, I don't even want to say nothing. I might shoot off anything. I start looking at my skin. I'm like, oh, I'm black. Let me listen to anything. Ed behind me laughing and shit, smiling and shit. He know he good. Me, I'm like, if my pinky toe move, they pop me. If my earring shake, it's over. Everything I done lived for, my whole life up to this moment, it's done. I start having flashbacks. Like, this not even funny though. I start having flashbacks of all like the black people that went through police brutality and all types of. My mind is racing, bro. I'm like, oh, this might really be it. I'm like, this might really be it. So I'm like, cool, boom.
Now, it's unfortunate that we even have to think about, oh my goodness, you know, the people that are supposed to protect us are going to take our life or want to end our life or don't have the best interest for us. It's unfortunate, but this is the world that we live in. Let's continue to listen.
Telling me to turn around, I must be straight. Why? So boom. He told me to walk backwards. I walk backwards, nigga. I spread my fingers so wide. I don't even want to think it's a little in the middle of my damn fingers or nothing. I don't want them to think I got webs on my hand like Spider-Man, nothing. No weapons whatsoever. So I put my hands behind my head. I'm thinking them damn near, when I got my hands behind my head and I'm turning my back against them, bro, I'm thinking these from the elbow me in the back of my head and get the whoop in my ass. Like, but it wasn't that. So they grabbed me, boom, put me in the back of the car.
And I can't imagine the thoughts that was going through his head. Like, you don't know what they're going to do to you. You don't know what stream they come from, right? What area they come from and what their partner is going to do. We've saw so many incidents where the partner allowed the other partner to do X, Y, and Z to somebody. So I'm sure this is pretty scary for him. Let's continue to listen.
He closed the door, right? Roll his window up, close my door. I'm just sitting in there. I don't know if you ever been in the back of a police car or whatever, but them bitches super uncomfortable. Like the seats ain't got no cushion. It's like sitting on a floor. Concrete floor is terrible, right? I'm like, okay, boom. All right, I'm bored. I start sitting up, right? I go and I look over the little glass, like, you know, where the driver's seat at in the police car, and I read the laptop. The laptop.
This is where things start to get a little bit interesting, okay? Let's continue to listen.
Black Mercedes AMG. Man wants to in GTA himself and everybody at the paintball place. That's what it said on the laptop. That's what the call said. I said that to say they had it specifically on Ed car. So if I wouldn't have walked over to Ed to ask him or tell him that I might want to stream later, I wouldn't have been in this predicament. But I walked over there to tell him, and then this happened.
I mean, and who's going to believe that the whole SWAT team is about to pull up on you? You just got something in your mind. You want to go tell him this is what we about to do, or this is what we fitting to do. Ain't nobody thinking the SWAT team going to pull up, baby. This is a lot. Let's continue to listen.
If anybody, I'm telling you, I don't know who did it. I don't know who thought it was funny or whatever. But I hope you know, like, go to jail for 10 plus years for this. Technology is getting smarter and smarter. Eventually you're gonna get caught and you're gonna do some years, because I literally could have lost my life today. Nope. If one of them would have had a bad day or whatever, would have yelled at me a different type of way and I would have said something bad, you never know what the fuck could have happened. It could have been bad. You feel me? It could have been, this is a joking matter now. It's cool to talk about it, tell the story, have a story time, whatever. But in all reality, that was a very serious thing.
Yeah, it definitely was a very serious thing. Thank God that everything worked out well. Listen, guys, meet me in the comment section, turn your notification on, and subscribe to the channel. I love your checkmates, and there's nothing you can do about it. Remember, don't you let nobody tell you nothing different. Until next time, bye.